Mazuma TV back in the building, man. What's going on, y'all? Shout out to Mazuma Nation. Shout out to the Mazuma mob. I'm back in the building, man. Back at y'all with another video. I hope everybody's having a positive, blessed, and productive day. The video that I'm putting out right now is the video that I said I was going to put out on live yesterday. If y'all haven't checked out the live, feel free to go check it out, man. 2 hours of straight fire, boxing talk, you know what I mean? Fluid conversations. A little bit of jokes here and there. Just an overall entertaining live, man. Go check it out. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? What I wanted to talk about was, and shout out to Showtime. Shout out to Showtime and Al Heyman for putting this undercard together. A fire undercard on the Charlo and Canelo fight. You know what I mean? September 30th is definitely going down. Shout out to Boxing Scene for the article as well. They were revealing the undercard, and apparently Elijah Garcia is back. You know what I mean? He fighting Resendiz or something like that. I believe I seen that kid fight as well. They're really fast tracking that kid Elijah Garcia. They must have a lot of belief in him. They're keeping him active, and they're putting him on big platforms to shine. So shout out to Elijah Garcia, man. I would love to interview that kid if the opportunity ever presents itself. You know what I'm saying? Also, they have Jesus Ramos versus Erickson Lubin. That is a crazy fucking fight, bro. Like, that is an amazing fight. That shit could go either way, bro. That's a top tier 154-pound matchup. So shout out to both of them guys for stepping up and taking the fight as well. You know, a lot of guys don't really do that these days. You know what I mean? They want safe bets, but these guys putting it all on the line on a big fight card. You know what I mean? Along with that, the co-main event will be Mario Barrios against Yordenis Ugas. That's another banger. You know what I'm saying? So that's a WBC title eliminator. So I'm imagining whoever wins this fight will be in line, or will be in line to fight for the WBC title, or just move up in the ranks. You know what I'm saying? Amazing fights, man. And I didn't even get the Charlo and Canelo. That's a great fight in itself. Great main event. Great co-main event. And a good opener. You know what I'm saying? A good opener. Two great openers, by the way. Two great openers. That's fire, bro. I wish I was able to attend that fight, man. But regardless, shout out to PBC, Al Heyman. Shout out to Steven Espinoza for all coming together and putting these fights together, man. This is A1 shit right here. You know what I'm saying? 2023 has been amazing for boxing. Al Heyman has been snapping. You know what I'm saying? And putting together some great cards, great fights. Great, meaningful fights as well. That Jesus Ramos and Erickson Lubin fight, definitely under the radar right now. A lot of people not really talking about that fight. Jesus Ramos just came off of a brilliant victory against Joey Spencer, you know what I mean? And he's been making statements, you know what I mean? And really proving that he wants to be one of the best, if not the best, at 154. He definitely on the title chase, for sure. Erickson Lubin, I'm not sure exactly what he's been doing. The last fight I remember him being in was against Sebastian Fundora. He might have took a little tune-up in between, but regardless, banger fight. But the question that I want to pose to you guys is, where the fuck is Keith Thurman? You see what I'm saying? Where the fuck is Keith Thurman? And why isn't he a part of this card? Why isn't he a part of this card? Why is he not the one who's facing Yordenis Ugas? If you guys haven't been keeping up with Keith Thurman, apparently he was supposed to be in line to face Yordenis Ugas. You know what I'm saying? Because initially he was on standby for the Spence and Crawford fight. If the Crawford and Spence fight fell through, he would have been the one to fight Earl Spence. You know what I mean? And apparently that was going to be at 154 or whatever, 147, wherever. But apparently that was going to be a 154-pound contest against Earl Spence. But thank God Crawford and Spence were able to make that fight happen. So Keith Thurman was supposed to be getting ready for Yordenis Ugas, you know what I mean? Which is a great fight. That's a good fight for Keith Thurman. That's a meaningful fight. But for some reason, I believe they even said they were supposed to fight back in August. And August went on. We about to go into September, and we still have not heard anything from Keith Thurman in terms of a fight. He's been doing interviews here and there, speaking about the sport and stuff like that, but no moves made. I just don't understand why the guy you beat in Mario Barrios took over this opportunity to face Yordenis Ugas when that could have been you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know exactly what's going on. I got to wait to hear more details. But from how it looks, you know what I mean? And me just not liking Keith Thurman, it comes across as if Like, he turned that fight down. You know what I mean? The WBC title eliminator wasn't enticing enough for him. He wants the big fights, obviously. And if he ain't fighting for a world title or anything along those lines, then he doesn't seem too interested. It seems as if Keith Thurman is just waiting, sitting down, waiting for a world title to fall into his lap. And in all honesty, that's just that's unfortunate. You know what I mean? Keith Thurman has been letting a lot of his prime years slide past. Boxing is a small window, man. You see this motherfucking window right here? It's a small window. And as you get older, that window starts to close more and more. And that's what we're seeing with Keith Thurman right now. You know what I mean? A lot of his prime years, he's been healing from injuries or rejecting fights due to COVID and stuff like that. Keith Thurman has missed out on a lot of opportunities. And that's not me hating at all. This is facts, because he even came out in an interview and said that he regret not fighting during the pandemic. You know what I mean? I just feel like Keith Thurman has a huge sense of entitlement. I think that he believes that he's only, you know what I mean? He's only good enough for world title fights and things along those lines. He thinks that he's worthy of these fights against the Terrence Crawfords and the Errol Spencers because he was a former unified world champion. But what Keith Thurman doesn't understand is that you still got to work, man, especially if you're coming off a defeat against a 40-year-old Manny Pacquiao. You have to prove yourself again, bro. Boxing, I heard Andre Ward say this, boxing is constantly showing and proving, constantly showing and proving. And I say all that to say that Keith Thurman hasn't really showed us anything lately. You know what I mean? He had a pretty solid performance against Mario Barrios, that's no doubt. But Mario Barrios was coming off of a knockout and moving up in weight. That was his first fight at 147. And he still gave you trouble, but it was still a great performance on your part. You did what you had to do. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't understand why Keith Thurman is letting these opportunities go. I'm sure Showtime would have preferred to have Keith Thurman fight your Dennis Ugas instead of Mario Barrios. But maybe Keith Thurman feel like he's a main event fighter and he shouldn't be a co-main to nobody. I wouldn't be surprised if Keith Thurman was taking that approach. Oh, if I fight you Dennis Ugas, it needs to be the main event. I need to be the main event. You know what I mean? There's a lot of egotistical bullshit, but I'm just making assumptions right now. I'm not sure. But that's just my take on the situation. Where the fuck is Keith Thurman? Why is he not getting active? You know what I'm saying? He looked like he was in pretty decent shape from the last interview I seen. So it's like, what exactly is going on and what is he waiting for? Is there a fight that's being made right now that we don't know about that's big at the welterweight division? You know what I mean? I know Boots is looking for a fight. You know what I'm saying? So what exactly is Keith Thurman doing? I guess time would tell, but I just feel like he's blowing the opportunity and he could have really got himself in line to fight for the WBC title. But I'm sure once Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, if they rematch at 154 and Bud vacates them titles at welterweight, I'm sure he's going to be clamoring to get one of those vacant belts. You know what I mean? So he could become champion again. But that's just my take on the matter. Great card by Showtime, man. Shout out to Al Heyman, Steven Espinoza, Showtime for putting this together. I am excited. This is a fight party worthy pay-per-view. This is a fight party worthy pay-per-view, man. And I'm definitely putting my money up to see this fight. And congratulations to everybody who's been granted the opportunity to fight on this card. I hope everybody trains hard, prepares properly, and puts on the show. You know what I mean? To get their name out there and put another statement out in the boxing world. But that's my take on the situation, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this right here. What do y'all think about the undercard? What do y'all think about Keith Thurman's situation with the whole Dennis Ugas and Mario Barrios fight? That easily could have been him. But y'all just let me know what y'all think. This is Mazuma TV. Back at y'all with another video. Shout out to Mazuma Nation and the Mazuma Mob. I'm out of here. Peace.